Good evening. It is March the 5th. It's our weekly Zoom. Tonight we're going to talk about how important health is and the difference between hunger and malnourished. Welcome everybody, and this is something we do every week. People of like minds getting together and talking about ways of keeping our health intact. Let me share the screen now. Woo. Pull up my PowerPoint. We'll get rid of that. And we'll get started. Of course, on the front page here, we have our health coaches and our leader, Dr. Anderson. We call him Dr. A. And tonight, understanding hunger and malnutrition. I wish Lisa was here because that is exactly her story.
I'm here.
Oh, you made it. We went ahead and started.
Yep.
Well, welcome, Lisa. So fast and processed food is advertised like a quick and easy way to satisfy hunger, but it is time we recognize its dramatic harm on all facets of society. The body experiences hunger not because you're hungry, but because you are malnourished. So we're going to start with a little video.
We're made up of over 37.
Oh, you know what? I did not share with sound. Hold on. Come out, come out, come out, wherever you are. There you go. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Good to see your pretty face. Lisa won, her cart won today in the Mardi Gras parade.
Oh,
we'll talk about that after we get through with the Huddle Up. There we go. Now we're shared with sound. And that's where we were. And we'll go back to there.
We're made up of over 37 trillion cells, and in each side of one of those cells is smaller cells known as mitochondria. There are 100 to 1,000 of those per cell. That's a lot of cells. All those cells require essential nutrients for everyday existence, never mind living, growing, and healing. To be exact, there's 43 essential nutrients these little cells require. When they get them, especially through food, good things happen. All those nutrients have to be supplied to the body at the same time, not one at a time. 30% of the total nutrients then actually go to the brain to fuel the brain, feed the brain. The rest of it goes to the body. That's 70% for the body, 30% for the brain. When that happens, we distribute the nutrients throughout the cellular system. We're able to create energy. We're able to allow for cellular regeneration, healing, living, growing, feeling good. That's known as a satiety state. It's the opposite of hunger. If we actually give these cells non-nutritive foods, bad things happen. We actually enter into a state of chaos. Our body remains hungry for more and more nutrients that we aren't getting from those low nutrient foods. You typically know those as processed foods. Satiety state is everything. Hunger is the bad thing. So when we enter into this phase of nutrient deficiency, all sorts of negative things happen. One, we introduce chronic aging, chaos, inflammation, all sorts of negative disease, inducing the body into a state of degeneration. Healthy cells equal cellular regeneration for the body and mind. Cell damage is exposure to disease and early cellular death. That's also known as aging rapidly. It's not what we want to experience. We want to do only good things to our body. When we do good things, such as exercise and eat right, especially the essential nutrients, we have healthy cells, healthy body, healthy mind, equaling a good, happy life. The opposite is not what you want to experience. That's cellular damage, inflammation, joint pain, rapid aging, and the nasty one, chronic disease. Moving forward, giving bad things to your body equals bad results. So for example, if we feed our stomach cells nasty things like soda, fast food, high sugar foods, we actually introduce cellular degeneration to our gastrointestinal cells. That actually can equal things such as a perforated gastrointestinal system, allowing endotoxins to escape and enter into the body. All of these have dramatic effect on our systems, including neurological, including circulatory, including pulmonary, respiratory, and including things like our insulin system and our digestive system. All of these have negative impact. YAVO.
So That's what being malnourished does to your body, and that's what being nourished does for your body. Last week, we talked about the scientific board that Optavia has, and actually Lisa covered everyone's pedigree last week, but we're going to hear from Dr. Cheskin. He is the Associate Professor of Health and Behavior at Johns Hopkins. He also is the Director of Johns Hopkins Weight Management Center. He works very close with Optavia and has for over 20 years. At the convention, when Optavia was the first convention that, what would you call it, introduced Optavia. It was the introduction to Optavia. Dr. Cheskin spoke at that convention, and so we're going to hear him now.
Cheskin and I started collaborating with Medifast Science, the science as the co-founder of the Weight Management Center, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. And with that, there's always been a great, strong bond, and he's helped us so much in both consultation, doing research for us, and I know him personally and spent quite a bit of time with him, and he's profound, probably considered the foremost obesity expert in the world. And what's cool about it is he wrote the foreword for all of my Habits of Health system because he believes very much in what we're doing. You know, limited in a clinical setting to what you can and can't do. He's really in awe of all of you and what you can do because of your community, because of your individual guidance, and helping people in their own environment.
Absolutely. Dr. Cheskin is actually the founder of the Johns Hopkins Weight Management Center that was founded in 1990 and has been an extraordinary partner and part of our journey and making sure that as we evolve, the science and validation of our science continues.
So, let's introduce the video.
Let's see Dr. Cheskin.
Hi, I'm Dr. Larry Cheskin, and it's my pleasure to be here today to share in your excitement about Optavia and the science behind this approach to optimal well-being. As chairman of the company's scientific advisory board, my goal is to help ensure that the most advanced science and research is used to deliver on the company's mission to offer the world lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. In 1980, the company introduced the first physician-developed line of medically formulated meal replacements in an effort to address the country's growing obesity problem. Since then, its products have been recommended by more than 20,000 physicians and used by over 1 million clients. And here we are today at the very first Optavia convention. You're among the first to experience Optavia in its entirety. Optavia's portfolio of reformulated fuelings is complete. Optavia products don't contain colors, flavors, or sweeteners from artificial sources and are full of essential vitamins and minerals. Optavia fuelings also contain probiotics to help support digestive health as part of a balanced diet and healthful lifestyle. The science and formulation behind each of these products was carefully designed. Optavia fuelings have a nutritional profile formulated to put your body into an efficient fat-burning state, which is essential for losing weight. Each fueling contains complete, high-quality protein, which helps you retain lean muscle mass on the optimal weight 5-in-1 plan. All Optavia fuelings are interchangeable, making it easy for you and your clients to follow the program. It's common knowledge among the medical community that the most important milestone in many individuals' health journeys is achieving a healthy weight. This is the catalyst for more changes. But continuing that journey towards optimal health requires learning and incorporating into your life a set of healthy habits. Since the beginning of my involvement, the company's approach has always centered on developing that healthy lifestyle that incorporates the habits of health system for proper nutrition, rest, and physical activity. teaching habits that add to the quality of your life by getting your mind and body working together to work for you. This makes healthy habits second nature and helps you achieve your health goals. Studies consistently show that support from others, which you provide as Optavia coaches, can make an enormous difference on someone's journey toward better health. I'm proud to serve as the chairman of the company's scientific advisory board and look forward to being with you soon to hear about your successes as Optavia coaches as you help further the mission to change lives and create lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. Thank you.
And
Cheskin and I started collaborating.
I'm gonna stop that.
Hi guys, this is Gwen Peterson.
Let me stop share and see what's going on right here for a minute. Exit. Are we all there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, okay. So this next video is one of our health coaches that I've stopped sharing. I'll bring it back up in just a minute. That is addressing an issue that the coaches in this room have experienced with people who use our product, and they will sometimes be in between on the program and off the program, and they forget that the fillings are healthy foods. And so we have to explain to them that just because they're not on the 5-in-1, they can still continue to eat the food and then get them back into the 5-in-1 and comply it. But the food is nutritional, and nutrition is what we all need. That's what keeps our body in good health. And that's why I said about Lisa earlier that I'm sorry she wasn't here, because this is her story. So let's go ahead with our fellow coach and what she has to say about that. Let me share the screen again. All right.
Hi guys, this is Gwen Peterson. I'm a certified health coach with Optavia, and I just wanted to make a quick video. I've just gotten out of the shower and I just thought, I wanted to make a video because I put it in my client support group on Facebook, and it's a topic that has come up over and over again in my client check-ins in the last couple of days. So what I know is before you started our program, most people took vitamins and maybe a mineral supplement, yet you wouldn't have stopped taking your vitamins because you ate unhealthy, right? You ate vitamins and minerals because you knew it was something healthy for your body. Yet when you start our program, because it's a program and it's geared toward getting healthy and losing weight, because most of us start because of wanting to lose weight, now we get into this yo-yo mentality of, if I'm not eating perfect, I'm not going to eat the food and waste the money. But you're putting food in your mouth. You're wasting money out of the grocery store, but it doesn't feel like that because you're buying our food in a 1-month chunk. So it feels a little more painful than going, well, I'm not eating on plan. I might as well go grab a Ben & Jerry's for $3.99 at the grocery store and I'll eat healthy tomorrow. It was still $3.99. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that I explain to my clients is 2 parts. I'll kind of break this up 2 ways. Number one, when I have somebody that, let's say their kid's in the hospital or they have really sick kids or things like that, I normally suggest to them not to stop eating the fuelings, because at the end of the day, every 3 hours they're putting in 15 grams of protein, balanced carbs for energy, and a ton of vitamins and minerals. Is that ever a bad thing? Is that ever wasting money to give your body something healthy to just help you power through the life event that is happening at that moment? Never. Where if you just start chucking whatever in your body because you're not on plan, because you've been up all night with sick kids, or your kid's in the hospital with RSV, or you have a parent that is ailing and in the hospital with cancer, it's an on or off mentality where really if you are still throwing in our food 5 times a day, you're giving your body vital nutrients so your body's not crashing energetically. That's never a bad thing. Even if you ate 5 of our items a day and then you still ended up eating a hamburger from McDonald's, okay, at least you still ended up getting a bunch of protein in your body and a bunch of vitamins. Again, never a bad thing, because our whole goal is not to see a number on the scale. Our goal as health coaches is to help you figure out that getting out of that diet mentality and into the fact that you get to treat your body with respect and health, regardless of what's showing up on that scale. And if you are struggling with that mindset, go right after you listen to this video and go to Amazon, download for $11 the book Never Binge Again, and you get to power through that in the next week, because my clients that are having success have all listened to Never Binge Again in like a 1-week window, and now they're understanding the dialogue in their head, and they would never think about wasting our food even if they're not 100% on plan, because it's not about on plan or off plan. It's about making healthy choices for your body, even if a few unhealthy choices hop in. So want to give you a little example about me. So if you guys have followed me, I've had some health issues. My kid was really sick for 5 months and I was just hanging on for dear life. So my scale did go up a bit and I'm focused on getting those couple of pounds off. But there's also the mindset piece of it as well. So I've been doing really well on program, really proud of myself, but then the holidays hit and I still did really well, but because I'm not in the diet mentality of I either do or don't eat our food, I still fueled 5 times a day, regardless if something else snuck in my mouth or regardless of how my scale looked. But I know something about myself. When I'm off schedule, my kids sleep in. Like right now, my kids are in school, my husband's working. So right after I had my morning shake, I immediately filled this up. It's 9:20 in the morning and I already am almost done with my first water at 9:20. Where when my kids are out of school or it's weekends or whatever, I struggle to get into my correct routine with water. So starting about a couple days before New Year's, my routine was just so off, even though I was eating healthy, that I was not drinking water. My husband would like be out on a job and he'd come in and be like, hey, I brought you a Diet Coke. Well, of course, if there's a Diet Coke, I'm not drinking my water as much. And then if we take the kids out to lunch, of course, I'd grab a soda. And then if we ended up going out to dinner, again, I still make healthy choices eating out, but we're eating out more when we're off schedule or we're just kind of doing whatever. So all of a sudden, I had multiple days where I was not hydrated at all. And for me, I can be 100% on plan. And if I am below 80 ounces of water, the next morning my scale can jump by 2 pounds because I'm dehydrated. And so basically, as I went into the couple days before New Year's, my hydration levels were in the toilet and I was eating all my fuelings, and then I had a few little off-plan things. And so finally on Wednesday of this week, so today's Friday, I got back on the scale knowing full well what my scale was going to do because I know what my body does when it's dehydrated. And I was up 5 pounds from 2 days before New Year's. But because it was due to dehydration and I kept fueling my body, even if I wasn't perfect, I not only in 2 days pulled those 5 pounds off, because remember, they weren't real pounds. I didn't go eat 10,000 calories in that 3 to 4 day window because I was off plan. I ate all my fuelings with a couple of off plan things and the hydration wasn't there. So this morning, not only did those 5 pounds come off, but I'm down another pound. So let me ask you guys this. If I had eaten whatever, because when we eat whatever, all of a sudden 3,000 calories are in our mouth for the day and we're not hydrating or what have you because we're not eating our fuelings, in that, let's say 5 day window, that 5 pounds that went up would be real 5 pounds with real calories attached to that. And if you had put in 10,000 calories over that 5 day window because you're off plan, guess what? It's going to take you 7 to 10 days to pull those real 5 pounds off. And you can't tell me eating those fuelings for the next 7 to 10 days to pull that weight off isn't a waste of your money. That's a waste of your money because you gained those pounds because you stopped the fuelings. So that's what I'm trying to teach you, is not that this is to teach you how to yo-yo diet, but the point of it is fueling your body every 3 hours with vitamins, minerals, and protein will help your body maintain your current weight and not spike super high with real calories and weight. And also, if you're still fueling every 3 hours, you probably are not going to put half a pan of brownies in your mouth. You may eat a brownie or two, but it's not going to be that whole binge mentality that comes from when you're on or off plan. So I'm hoping that this video makes sense to you about that eating our fuelings is never a waste of your money. Eating protein is never a waste of your money. And if you weren't doing our program and you were eating healthy out of the grocery store, if you know people that are super healthy, they don't eat, let's say not a croissant, Danish. Let's say they are my kids have a thing at the school where they go and read books once a quarter with the parent coming, and they have Danishes and donuts and all this junk. So if I was a healthy eater, in maintenance, eating all 6 out of the grocery store, if I ate a Danish at my kids' readathon at 7 a.m. in the morning, as a healthy eater, would I then only eat Danishes and fish crackers and Oreos all day long and feel like I'm not going to eat my protein and my vegetables and my fruit because I ate a Danish in the morning? No, I would still keep eating healthy and never feel like the protein, the vegetables, or the fruit was a waste of my money because I ate a Danish in the morning. So I hope this kind of helps you shift that yo-yo mentality and our fuelings being a waste of money if you're not being perfect, because eating healthy is never a waste of money. Putting vitamins and minerals in your body is never a waste of your money. And so hopefully if this is resonating with you, go download Never Binge Again immediately and power through that, because you will understand at a very deep level what the basis behind this video is. But if you are white knuckling it through the food and trying to stay on through motivation and willpower, you're probably not going to be on our program in 6 weeks. So please do the mental work it takes to really get out of that diet and yo-yo mentality, because you deserve a healthier you in 2019. And the only way that will happen for you is if you dial into our podcasts, our workbook, Dr. A's Habits of Health, and Never Binge Again is a great place to start. So hope you guys are all having a great start to a new year, and stay hydrated, my friends. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
Oh,
She's bouncy.
so the whole point of this presentation tonight is about how important nutrition is and the forms of nutrition that are available to you. Even if you buy fresh fruit out of the grocery stores, those have been picked before they ripen, so they haven't ripened on the vine. They've been you just can't get nutrition. The soils are depleted of nutrients now because they've been overused. So if you don't intentionally go about getting your nutrition, it's not going to happen. And nutrition is where health starts. And the fact that all of the food that we have, that we all use, is created to create health and to sustain life and health in your body. You're not understanding the purpose of health in your body and how to create it. I totally understand what she's saying too about the hydration, because when people get away from the hydration, when people get away from the sleep, when people get away from the exercise, you know, I had a client the other day that was saying to me, I just hate that these products are so expensive because I know people who really need them. And so I was thinking about that, and I said, who is it? Because I help people all the time that never order food from me, because the fuelings are one part of our program. You know, everything else is about, you know, your healthy habits. And I said, we have a Huddle Up room. We can put them in there, and I can help them learn how to eat. Well, then they didn't have the time. So, you know, yeah. So that's never going to matter. And that's the part I feel like that this coach meant about the mentality of you have to change your mind first. You have to have that desire to let your body have the health it needs to provide you with the life that you want. I was talking with another client today, and we were talking about what I'm going through with my foot. And if I had high blood pressure, if I had diabetes, if I was having other issues with my health, my treatment would be it might even not even be an option for me. So you can't wait till you need to be healthy to be healthy. You need to be healthy all the time so that when it's necessary to fight some kind of disease that you encounter, you're already prepared for that. So let's go on to the next little video. And has anybody got anything they want to add to any of that?
Just that was perfect. That's the story of my life.
Yeah. Dorothy, are you muted?
Yeah.
I
She's
muted
muted.
myself because my dishwasher is very noisy. I thought of myself when I took my mom to the hospital and I was there for 7.5 hours. I had my bars in my purse. So I didn't go without eating. You know, so I was able to fuel myself while I was there, which was really good because you need it when you're under that kind of stress anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah. And you are going to spend the money anyway. You know, I get that conversation a lot with people, and they look at the price of the food, but they're not thinking about the food they're spending money on that's empty calories and has no nutritional value to it whatsoever, or it has a diminished nutrition in it, and it's still not going to give you the full amount that you need. One of the things that we hear, the coaches on this program and anyone that's done the program, within a very few days before the weight loss even starts, they already feel good. Now, why do you think that you already feel good in that first week?
Christian, you're giving your body what it needs.
Yeah. It's getting nourished again. It's getting nourished again.
Keeping your sugar level at the right level.
Yeah, balancing your sugar level, the anti-inflammatories that's in the food. Why do you care how much it costs if you're actually getting the benefit and what you need? You know, there's a lot of weight loss companies out there, but Optavia is not a weight loss company. Medifast was a weight loss company that also dabbled in health, but Optavia has left the weight loss business. They are strictly in the health business of creating a healthy life for the people who want it. If people aren't ready, it doesn't matter. And when people are ready, nothing can stop them. It's just that simple.
Another point, one fueling, the average cost of one fueling is what, Aunt Connie?
About $232.
Okay, you can't even buy a drink. A bottle of water is half that, a bottle of soda, depending on where you're at. So, I mean, the smallest stuff that you can buy. I save so much money because I don't buy soda. I don't buy fast food. But like Dorothy says, I always have something with me.
And so if we were talking to Lisa even 3 years ago, would you still say, I don't buy soda and I don't buy?
No.
That's right. So what's the difference between the Lisa before and the Lisa today? Because Lisa now cares about all of her health. Not just
water, sleep, exercise, mental health, and nutrition. And I just have to say, I'm looking at my tracking sheet. I'm 3.5 months of maintaining just the way she was talking, because I still do my 5 fuelings a day. But I was at Mardi Gras ball last night. I had king cake, but it didn't affect my weight. The beginning of February, I'm within 0.2 pounds in a whole month. But what she says about my weight has fluctuated. I weigh every day as much as 3 pounds, never 5. And I can always pinpoint that to not eating more, but nutrition or something else, sleep. Every little habit affects that number every morning. But I have to say, it's so much better to catch a pound or 2 than 100 or 50. Yeah. And I've lost weight, but I have not. I apparently don't have problems losing, and I have problems keeping it. So I'm very excited with this. And this is habits. Nutrition being way up there.
And water also removes the toxins out of your body. I mean, if you're not getting yourself hydrated, you're not removing toxins from your body. Yes, yeah. Okay, moving on. I'll share you.
I need to go grab my water.
Hi, guys.
There we go. Is Lisa back yet? Because this is reading.
You know, while we're waiting for her, the thing that impressed
Okay,
me,
go ahead, Marsha.
she said about going to get an ice cream cone.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That is like 1.5 feelings. And when I first started, just because Dick wasn't too fond about the price, I took 5 old grocery things, all of the things where we ate out and like that, and my receipts for my cappuccino coffee and everything, and I added them all up. I took out the foods, I like the food for the dog and like that, I subtracted from it. And I was spending $96 a month less than I had in those. I averaged $96 a month less than I was when I was buying all the other stuff.
Tony and
you got to count your eating out.
Yeah, Tony and I said, this is cheaper.
Count your cappuccino, you know. That's why I'm so glad they kept the cappuccino. I thought when they weren't going to.
And Tony and I, when we're on the road, we as many trips as we take, we'll still be going down the road and we'll say, do you know how much money we used to stop and spend when we'd eat as we were making a trip? And then we'd say, do you remember how many calories we would eat? Because we'd start for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So having those fuelings really keeps you from doing the things. And then the other point that they made that I thought was really valid is that when you're not eating nutritiously, your body stays in a state of hunger, not because it's hungry, but because it's still deprived of nutrition and is looking for nutrition. It's not looking for you to eat, it's still looking to get the nutrition that it needs, but you're still putting things in that taste good and you like them, but how much are they benefiting your body? So the 5 fuelings a day give you all your required minerals, vitamins, every nutrient that you need, anti-inflammatory, low glycemic. You can't get that nowhere else. There's only one place, and it's because it's more about health with us than it is weight loss. But like Dr. Cheskin say, everyone knows that the most important thing you can do for yourself health-wise is to reach that healthy BMI. But that is just the first step. Lisa, I waited on you because this requires reading, honey.
I'm getting whiplash from nodding my head. Yes, yes, yes. Whiplash here.
There we go. finally get this right. I've been hitting the wrong button today. So these are all things that we've learned. And even though that is not 501 compliant, it really did just describe our 501 program, or just even how we will transition someone out to eat when they have reached their healthy BMI. And it is getting all your vitamins, minerals, trace elements, and the lean and greens and proteins. That is a healthy lifestyle. And that is our lean and green, and that is our fuelings. Anybody here disagree with that, what they just saw? That's what health looks like. And then combat hunger by choosing meals that are high in protein, high in fiber, and high volume. If you look at the 400 calories of oil, how little that is. Look at the 400 calories of beef, how little that is. And you see 400 of calories of vegetables, they fill your stomach. So making smart choices and staying full by eating the things that are not only good for you, but they also fill your stomach without filling you also with a lot of calories. You have to be careful with nuts because they're high in calorie. You only want to have a few of those. Those are something that's very healthy for you, but you need to take them with discretion because they will put weight on you. Anyone want to add anything from this? All right. So we're done. My point tonight was to remind everybody it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. I hope you live a life you're proud of, and if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. And we'll go straight to our takeaways here, and I'm going to stop sharing so we can see each other. And let's start with Martha Pickering.
Oh, let's see. I think the big thing is like what Dorothy said about with her mother, and I did find myself with Dick not eating as well as I should have. I'm not big on the bars, but I was eating the cereal and things. And the difference is my health has deteriorated. And now I'm working to get it back. And it's a lot harder this time than it was in 2011. And stuff, it really is. And the big thing
So do you feel like had you continue eating your 5 meals a day, regardless of whatever else you were eating, that it would not have deteriorated?
I don't think my health would have been as bad as it was.
Wow.
I definitely feel it seems like I don't know why I didn't take. I'm not big on bars, and that was my biggest problem. Mm-hmm. And there was no microwave available.
Well, I'm sure glad you said that, because when she's talking, and here you are a health coach, I mean, everything she was saying, that's what we are constantly talking to other people. And then when people transition out, I talk to people all the time, and some of them look at it as not wanting to spend the money for the food. And then the next time they come back and they start doing the food again, they said, boy, my mistake was that I just quit eating the food. Because if I continue to eat the food, I have no trouble maintaining. And eventually that just becomes obvious to people. And those are the ones who maintain that weight loss if they do continue to eat the food. And also their health stays in place because they're getting all that they're required on a daily basis from what's in our food. Go ahead, Marsh.
I had the brownies and all that, the muffins and all, and I could have made them and taken them with me. I don't know.
You didn't take care of yourself. There's lots of reasons that people don't do it. Some people don't do it because they don't understand the value in it. They don't. It just looks like a program to them, and it looks like a bar you could buy in the store. Like they think. I read something where it says if you talk to someone about eating healthy and like our food and how good it is for you, they'll want to go get some kind of report on it. But if they go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of junk, they don't care. But if you say it's healthy for them, well, they need to research that. And that's a shame, because people's health needs to matter more to them than what they're spending on what they're eating, because they're going to spend, and we see this all the time too, that if you don't nourish your body, that money's still going to be spent on hospital bills, medications, and you're going to pay for it later one way or the other. Do you want to pass, Marcia?
Let's pass to Dorothy.
Thinking about what she said, I think that I'm not real big on bars either, but I have been to the hospital and I've taken care of people so many times that I actually have a bag that fits my water, my book, and whatever else I need to take, because I've sat there for so many hours knowing that if I don't take care of my sugar, then I'm going to be in trouble. And if I can't take care of myself, how am I going to take care of them? So, and my goal is always my sugar, because I don't take medication. I always think of my sugar and how do I keep it balanced, because I don't take medication. It's more my diabetes than it is my weight.
And then there's those people, and I've heard it over and over again, they'll take a shot so they can eat a piece of cake. That's that same mentality.
And in my case, I don't want to take medication. And so for me, it's that important.
And explain to them, like you did to Leslie, about what happens eventually to people who take that mentality of, oh, I'll just take some insulin.
Well, then that's a bad mentality, because down the line, it takes a toll on your body, on your eyes, on your circulation, so many things that, and the medication is not good for you. Metformin, which is what they give to everybody when they first get diabetes, is the worst medication that anybody can take. And that's what my doctor wanted me to go on, because it ends up you're on insulin anyway, but they start you on that metformin and it's bad news. So that's my goal, is always keeping my sugar balanced. And I'm not saying I'm an angel.
No.
I'm normal like everybody else, and I am tempted to have things that I shouldn't be having. And but my sugar is my main thing. Yeah.
Mentality. Who are you passing to?
Marcia Novita.
Okay. My biggest takeaway was when she was explaining, even when she's not on the program, how important it is to still feed your body the proper nutrients. And that really impressed me very, very, very much. You know, even with the extra calories, if she snuck in something here and there, she still took care of her body, feeding it properly. So that was very, very important to learn.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'd like to pass to Tony.
Oh, well, my takeaway there was the water, because I'm guilty of not drinking enough water.
Me too.
Constantly saying, here's your water. Here's your water. Did you drink? Where's your water?
I do it all day long, don't I, Martha?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Water everywhere.
That was my takeaway. You know, I realized, you know, how important it is. Actually, I never given it a thought like of how important water is for nutrition, the aspect of, you know, having it. I drank it when I need it, you know, I'm not thirsty. Why should I drink?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good takeaway, you know. And you know, I take protein shakes. You know, I should drink 2 of them a day. I get to drink 1, and that's when we go someplace into town. Connie says, "Okay, hold 1 minute." She takes a little bag and she puts, you know, a few shakes for me to drink and nutrition stuff for me to have as we're driving someplace. Because
And my stuff.
And her stuff too. Yeah. You know, a bar, whatever.
Depending on how long we're going to be gone, I got a little bag, I got a big bag.
No, it's just a little bag.
Depends on what we're going to be gone.
Go for a trip, well, then there's another story. But just going into town, we got a little bag with a whole bunch of stuff in there for us to eat.
Because if you don't have it, you're going to eat what's around you. And if you've really made that shift mind-wise, that you're not going to put things in your body that are not good for you, or at least you're going to control how much of it you do put in your body, or you're going to at least put in those 5 a day so you're getting all your required daily vitamins and minerals, then, you know, you're not really thinking about staying healthy. You're thinking about controlling your weight. And there's a big difference between the two.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to control my weight.
So who you passing to, Mr. Torres?
Whole place. Lisa, did you do it already?
Nope.
Then you're guilty.
This is her subject.
That was excellent information that just drives home what you've already taught me, what I've already learned, and what's successfully working for me. Takeaway. I'm living this every day. What she said is so true, and I know from personal experience, but the fuelings and the habits have me feeling great. And, you know, I've eliminated so many foods. I've eliminated so many things that it's not even funny. And sometimes I find myself out of what's remaining of what I eat. I do. I only keep certain things in the house, and there's only certain things. Since I don't do fast food anymore, there's just what I do eat is so limited. But I'll come in the door in the evening, wore out from everything that I've been running doing, and of what I have in the house, what's the least worst thing I can eat? And to be honest, I was so exhausted today. I had a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Right.
But I've had my fuelings. I'm having my hydration. So, you know, it's all about nutrition. My body, and the thing that this highlighted, but what I feel every day is my body is so used to that nutrition and that water. And when I zig a little bit from that, my body will automatically say, "Hey, what are you doing?" So your body, when you give your body the good stuff, you zig too far out of that line, my body immediately was like, "What are you doing?" So fabulous Zoom tonight. Great information. And who hasn't gone yet?
Martha.
Martha, you're it.
I'm it.
Well,
Well,
Martha actually inspired me to do a little bit more on the science, because of last week she really felt like that was something that should be out there. Yeah.
You did a good job, honey.
Thank you.
And you covered something that I didn't even think to question. If I get up and I have my first 3 fuelings, but I eat enough at the next meal, whether it's a real green and, you know, a good meal, I might not be hungry enough to eat the last bar at night, and I skip it. I didn't realize what all you were talking about today, that those 5 feedings still need to be going on no matter what else is going on, whether you're hungry or not. Get them in you before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And that clarified that for me very well. I was thinking, if I have 2 children and a husband to feed, which I don't have any, but if I did and was fixing appropriate meals for them every day, what would I be feeding them? I couldn't be buying enough bars for all 4 of us. I mean, where is the equivalent of a family to eat healthy and get all those nutritions and vitamins? What do they have to follow, or what do they have to do?
So it's available, and that was the point I made to the client I had that was talking about people who couldn't afford the product, but it still takes the knowledge. And there are people that, if you will transition out of this to whole food, preferably organic, because that's where you're going to get your greatest nutrition, then you can supplement with vitamins. They're available, but it's just not convenient. And because it's not convenient and people have to cook it, they have to go buy it, and it's not always available. It's seasonal, and so therefore it makes it complicated. The convenience of the
Oh, yeah, I
Optavia
agree.
fuelings is what makes people able to stay healthy.
And I understand each of us have a reason for it and how it works, and you're right, it's worth any amount of money the rest of our lives, but you can't say that about a 12-year-old daughter and son.
Well, yeah, and our children are going to die before us because of them not getting nutrition. That's all
What
over.
do I have to do to give them that without buying bars?
Well, because you get them vitamins, minerals, supplements, and you get them fruit and lettuce and tomatoes, and you fix legumes, and you broil, you bake.
They may not be in the same point in life that you are, but as you are getting healthier, you're also teaching them what's healthier.
Yeah,
You know, like my granddaughter, when she was very small, she said to me, "Grandma, those kids at school, they eat such an unhealthy foods."
Yeah.
She's taking carrots and celery and good stuff to school. And she was very young. She said, "Grandma, they eat so unhealthy."
You know, we have children.
That's the difference. You feed your family healthier food when you're on your journey. They may not be on the same journey you're on.
Right.
You're still buying groceries for them. It's not that every person in the family is going to need that. I mean, there's 100-calorie snacks listed in Dr. Anderson's book.
Absolutely.
You can give them celery with a good peanut butter in it, or fruits, carrots, whatever. But you can guide them along the way to want those healthier things. Right. And pick up the things at the grocery store that may be, calories, but not vitamins and minerals.
Mm-hmm. My son growing up thought that raisins were the biggest treat going, and he thought kids who had candy were being misused because he thought raisins were I used them as a treat instead of candy and stuff. So
we got children. They go into Connie's when we go to visit them. Connie always takes a little bag with bars and stuff, and they go there and take the bars out because they think it's like a candy bar for them, and they just love them. Yeah. Can we have one of these?
And I never say no, and I could because I could say no because
they like them. They love them. So they learn to eat healthy without realizing it.
Yeah, but they're not cheap, and if I didn't care about what they ate, I could give them the junk that other people buy and give to their grandchildren. But I know that this is better for them than some kind of junk that I would go buy for them. And the other thing that I would say is that you can and I saw this in looking at some people. I've watched a lot of people over the last 8 years, and they've gotten younger. They haven't gotten older. They've gotten younger. And I think that the nutrition, that for those of us that do eat those 5 bars every day, I think all of us, if you took a picture of us even 5 years ago and you put it up, Martha says this all the time, that the way our skin looks and everything about us, it's because we're being nourished. Our skin, your skin is part of that nourishment, and you get that from having those 5 bars a day that give you everything. And Lisa said that her big surprise was that after 3 days in, Lisa? Martha's never heard that. Tell her how bad you were before, and 3 days in, what happened.
I just remember 3 days being like, whoa, energy, and like this fog was wrapped around my head over my brain, and like the sun came out and I could see clearly, I could think clearly, but it was like stepping back in time to an earlier age when I was just clear and energetic. And before that, I was like, just, you know.
I know. Yeah.
And now you're really energetic.
And
You're
Lisa said not one of her doctors ever asked her what she ate.
Yes. In 20 years, and mind you, I was on, at the time I started this, I was on 7 different medications for bipolar disorder, and I was also on pain medication.
Your diagnosis were what?
I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, main thing being bipolar disorder. And I was on 7 different medications. I couldn't sleep. I was on pain medication because, you know, I was overweight, and I'm not on pain medication anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm on 1 medication compared to 7 for psychiatric needs and 4 pain medications. So I now take one medication, 1. And but in my story, the thing that irritated me when I've had many conversations with Aunt Connie and others, it made me angry that they were giving me all these medications and throwing all these diagnoses at me, and none of them, not one. And I saw a lot because I was hospitalized. A lot of time, nobody ever asked me, what are you eating? Nobody in 20 years of all this treatment. So
anyway, so nutrition. Treat yourself well.
Yes.
I thank you guys. I'm going to stop recording now.